Hi, my name is Pasha, and today I want to talk about Mocha for After Effects and what you can do with it. Just want to show you my workflow. I think it's very efficient and fast way to do tracking. So let's say we have a shot like this. Um, Last year we shot a commercial, and this company had 75th anniversary. They celebrated all year that, and this year obviously they don't celebrate it anymore, and they wanted to replace this 75th anniversary logo with something else. So this is the best case scenario because nothing obscures our banner. We don't have much change in lighting or don't have any reflections on it. So this is a very easy track. So let's select layer and go to menu and select track in Mocha. Okay. So Mocha for After Effects starts, and we see our file here. What we're gonna do next, we create a spline around the area we want to track, like that. There is a little bit of change in perspective, so to get a better result we probably want to select perspective and maybe raise the percentage of pixels tracked to maybe 40, and just start tracking forwards. And we will see even on this shot the great advantage of planar tracker versus point tracker, like in case with the native After Effects tracker, where we just track 4 corners or just 1 point or 2 points. Mocha is a planar tracker, which means it would create sort of like a point cloud within the area we selected and track points, trying to determine the direction they all move. So that gives you a better result in tracking even when your area goes off the screen. You see, Mocha still has more points to work with and sticks pretty good to the track, to the motion. So as you can see, nothing changes. We get pretty solid track here. Nothing slides or moves in a weird way. So we're almost done here. Okay. That's it. So let's see what we got here. Let's turn on the surface, and these 4 corners represent corners for corner pen, which will be exported to After Effects. So let's select the area where it's gonna go, like that. Good. And just double check. Yeah. Well, everything looks good to me. So now what we need to do, we need to export tracking data and select corner pin only. And copy that to clipboard. Let's go back to After Effects, and here is what we're gonna do in After Effects. We're gonna duplicate the layer, pre-compose it. Let's call it Insert. Double click it to go inside, and I want to show you how we import data from Mocha in a very convenient way here. So let's add corner pin to our layer and turn it off. We just need it so we can import data from Mocha. And let's add another one. It's gonna be CC power pin. And CC power pin is gonna be driven by corner pin. So what we need to do, we need to connect corresponding corners from power pin to corner pin, like this. And also we want to check unstretch option in power pin, and there is nothing going on yet. You can see that, but it's only because we haven't imported data from Mocha yet. So what you want to do now, you want to save this little rig as a preset. So you select both filters, go to animation, save as animation preset, and name it, for instance, Mocha Import, and save. And this preset is gonna appear in Effects and Presets under Animation Presets, User Presets, Mocha Import. So next time when you do tracking, you can just do pre-compose and select this layer and apply preset, and you're gonna get these two layers, two filters, I'm sorry, on this layer. So now we just select the layer, and since we already have Mocha data copied into clipboard, we just paste it. And right away you can see we got a very nice stabilized view of this banner. It looks a little bit squished, but only because of the way After Effects corner pin work. So if it's more convenient for you to see it in right proportions, you can go back to Mocha and change the aspect ratio a little bit. Maybe add a little bit of breathing room here. So make the area to be more like 16 by 9 in this case, like our footage, and then export data again, copy it into clipboard, select the layer and paste data over, and you can see that we got a closer look to our aspect ratio. So next we need to do one more thing. We need to select our pre-compose and paste data onto our pre-compose, so it will do a reverse stabilization and put everything back where it's supposed to be. So as you can see, we got it back and it looks for now just like our original shot. So now we can do our insert. Let's say we create a solid, turn it off for now, create a mask on it, maybe feather it a little bit. Let's add 4 color gradient, and move this 4 corners here, and then select the colors for corresponding points. Then now we can turn it on, maybe feather it a little bit more, and expand it a little bit. Now, just to match the look a little bit better, we can maybe add match grain filter, switch it to final output, select our layer as a source, and now we can add the logo. And maybe let's change the blending mode to overlay, and maybe desaturate it a little bit, like this. I think it looks pretty good now. So now we can render it. Like this. And as you can see, in just a little bit of time, we got a very nice result. Like I said, very fast, very efficient. Everything looks rock solid. Good. Next, this was a very easy track because, like I said, nothing obscures it, nothing throws off our track. But what if we have something covering our area, like let's say in this case we have a phone and we need to insert a screen, but as you can see we have reflections going on here, we have people covering the screen with fingers. So in this case what you want to do, you want to send it to Mocha. Good. And let's adjust gamma a little bit so we can see a little bit better what we're working with. Now let's create a mask around the phone. Something like this. And it's okay to have a little bit more pixels selected around the phone, because Mocha is really good about throwing out the data it doesn't need. So if it's just a little bit, Mocha will understand that this is irrelevant and wouldn't take it under consideration. Of course, if you make it bigger, like, I don't know, 20-30 pixels, that might mess Mocha up, because it will start adding these pixels to the track. So let's do that, and then let's add another spline here, and we sort of exclude this middle area where a lot of reflections happens, and it wouldn't be tracking them like that. So as you can see, only this area is going to be tracked. And what we're gonna do next, we're gonna start tracking this, and maybe let's turn on our surface tool so we can see how our track going while we tracking it. Something like this. So let's continue. And let's stop it here. And let's create another layer and select this thumb. Okay. And let's trim it so the track for this thumb starts only in this frame. And Mocha doesn't know about 3D space, obviously, because it's a planar tracker and it's sort of like a 2.5D tracker, but it considers layer on top of layer stack as layers closer to camera. And because of that, when this mask will be on top of our track, the area of this mask will be excluded from the tracking. So that will help Mocha to throw out garbage data from the track. So let's continue, and we can stop tracking at any time, and you see how mask kind of slipped here, so we can move it a little bit and continue tracking, and maybe move this here. and continue. And at this point I want to add another layer and select this thumb because it gets closer to our area of tracking. So let's continue here. Move this a little bit. Like this. And maybe just let's trim this layer here too. And continue. This. And that. Okay, so we're done here. Let's turn on our surface. We don't need to see these guys anymore. So as you can see, it's a very nice stable track. So, but upper left corner, you see it moves a little bit from the original position. So what we want to do here, we want to go to the next tab here, adjust track, select this corner, and so here it moved a little bit. We can try to hit auto and let Mocha try to automatically find the right point. So in this case it worked just fine. Up here. All looks good to me. So now since we're done tracking, again we export tracking data, select corner pin only. Let's go back to After Effects, duplicate the layer, pre-compose it, and let's apply our preset. Select layer, paste the data, and we got a pretty stable result here. But I want to have a little bit more room on the sides because we want to key the screen and insert our screen here. So I want to go back to Mocha and maybe add a little bit of room here and maybe let's make it look a little bit more like 16:9 format, like this. Export data again, select our layer, paste data. So looks good. Now let's go back to our main composition, insert our data again, so we bring everything back to normal. And here now we can select our layer, and what I like to do, I like to pre-compose it and leave all attributes, and that would allow us in the future, if we need to insert an animation or another graphics here, we can just go into this comp and change it, and everything will change in our main composition accordingly. And what I want to do here, I want to add CC power pin to this layer, and let's bring it where it's supposed to be, like this. Make it 100%, and now we can even turn this layer off, because basically we just need it for adjustment, and go back to our main composition. And as you can see, everything sticks pretty good, but we have a problem, of course, obviously. We need this screen insert be behind the fingers, so let's now key the screen. Let's do this, and solid layer, and maybe let's bring back our reflections a little bit. And here is another thing I want to show you. You can see that the areas where we have green spill get semi-transparent, and to get rid of it we need to clip whites, and you see we need to do it really harsh, because everything what goes below 80 is really bad. It creates a very, very harsh edges. So I want to show you a little trick how you can work a little bit easier on that. Since we already have a track, we can switch back to Mocha, switch to track tab, and maybe turn off this layer, and let's create a garbage mat around our screen, something like this, and maybe let's just find the area where we can see a little bit better where the boundaries are. So like this. And now I want to tell Mocha to link this layer to our track. And you can see that it follows, and we don't need this key. You can see that it follows our screen pretty good. So now we just export shape data, copy it, go back to After Effects, select our layer with a key and do edit, paste Mocha mask. And it will add this mask here, and as you can see we have all the keys. It follows the screen. So now we want to turn the mask off, go to key light and select inside mask and invert it. So now key light keys only the area inside this mask and everything else is solid. So we just clip white just a little bit so our edges become solid, and all we need to do now, we need to add, let's say, advanced spill suppressor onto our layer, and maybe adjust a little bit this, and let's see. Looks pretty good. So as you can see, in just a little bit of time, you can do a very nice track in Mocha and do inserts and this kind of stuff. So I want to show you one more thing. Mocha for After Effects is just a basic version which can do only tracking. What's nice about let's say Mocha Pro? Mocha Pro has a remove module which allows you to get rid of wires or any unwanted objects in your video, and Mocha for After Effects obviously doesn't have it. But if you approach the kind of in a creative way this task, you can do removal even with Mocha for After Effects. So how you can do that? Let's say we have something like this. So you can see we have a couple of wires we need to remove from the shot. So again, what you want to do, you want to track it first in Mocha for After Effects and get a very nice solid result. And this is very important for a very good result only if you get a very solid track. So let's go to Mocha and let's track this area. Looks good. And track forwards. So it sticks pretty good, doesn't slip. Nice. So again, Mocha exports corner pen. So let's turn on our surface tool and let's select the area where our wires will be included completely. Oops. Something like this. Maybe a little more here. And let's eyeball it, make it look more like 16 by 9 so we have less distortions. Let's see. Something like that. Good. And now we export tracking data again, select corner pin only. Go back to After Effects, duplicate this layer, pre-compose it, and let's apply our Mocha Import preset, and now select layer and paste data in. And as you can see, we got a nice stable view here. Right? So let's create a backplate, clean plate for our remove. So what you want to do, you want to duplicate this layer and turn off keyframes on on the corner pin, and then go to time and freeze frame. So now, as you can see, we can just start, select our clone stamp tool and just paint our wire out. Like this. Good. So, and then we need to maybe tell it to be constant. Okay. Okay, and right here we want to duplicate this layer again, and again go to time, freeze frame, turn off all keyframes on corner pin, and clone stamp, and let's paint this out. like that. And let's paint out this wire too, in this frame, like this. Good. Let's go back. And what I want to do next, I want to create a solid and use it as a tracking mat for my first wrong way. My first layer, and let's maybe feather it just in case a little bit, like this. Good. And on this layer, again, just in case I wanna maybe paint out a little bit more here, like that. And let's add this throughout the shot. Okay, so let's make another copy of our base layer. Maybe put it on top here. And again, let's do time, freeze frame, turn off all the keyframes, and again, paint this out. Good. Then let's create a mat for this part. And again, we need to extend our paint here. Let's see. Not this one, this one. Well, I think we are good here for now. So next, what we want to do, we want to go back here in our main comp and paste our tracking data back, move this layer below, and now we want to do a little bit of rotoscoping. So we want to add a mask. Sorry. We want to add mask on this layer and subtract it. And maybe let's feather it a little bit just to blend it better. And move it over here. Let's see. Here. Here. This. Let's do this. Move it over here. It's a little bit wider. This. That. So now let's preview it. Maybe we feathered it too much. Maybe Okay. So now we remove this wire, and same idea with this one. Just draw a mask around it. Feather it out a little bit. Subtract it. And maybe extend it a little bit. Like this. And just do a quick roto. Like this. That. And let's just move it out. So again, we need to maybe make it a little wider and extend it a little bit here. And maybe move our keys a little bit. Like this. So this is pretty much the idea. Hope somebody will find it interesting and use Mocha a little bit more. Thank you, and maybe see you next time.